Hello, this is Femi Akojenu here, John Maxwell Certified Executive Coach. In today's video, I want to share a thought with you, and really it's an admonition even from Jesus Christ, and that is to count the cost. Count the cost for any project or anything that you want to do. And if you count the cost, you're likely to succeed than not counting the cost. So let's unpack this right now, and I hope that you'll be able to learn a thing or two from what I am sharing with you right now. Now, since I mentioned Jesus Christ, let's look at what he has to say about counting the cost. In Luke chapter 14, in verse 28 and verse 29. Luke chapter 14, in verse 28 and verse 29. Now, I'm reading from the NIV. It says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? So he says, isn't that what you would do first? Now, I hate to say this, but there are some people, they won't do that first. They won't sit down and estimate the cost to see if they have enough to complete it. Now, Jesus Christ continues to talk now in verse 29, and he says, for if you lay the foundation and you are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you. So in other words, you're counting the cost, you're getting the estimate first before you start the building project. You want to be sure that if you start, you have enough to finish it. So Jesus Christ said, but if you go on and start and then you're not able to finish it, then you'll be ridiculed. Now, I want to read the same scripture in the NLT version. In the NLT, it says, but don't begin until you count the cost. Wow. I love the way NLT puts this. It says, don't begin. Do you know that there are many people, they've begun many things. They've begun many projects without making sure that they have enough to cover the project. They've begun many things in life without sitting down first, right, and counting the cost. So he says, he puts it this way. He says, but don't begin until you count the cost. Can I ask you a question? What is it that you're trying to do right now? Is it a building project? Is it a business you want to start? Is it some project that you want to embark upon? Question, have you counted the cost? Do you know how much it will cost you? Do you know what it will take? Do you know how much time will be needed to be invested in this project in order for it to be successful? Do you know what it takes? You say, no, I don't know. Well, then don't do it. If you don't know it, then don't do it. Because it says right here in the NLT, it says, but don't begin until you count the cost. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? Wow. So it says, wait, I know you are excited about building. I know you're excited about opening a business. I know you are excited about, starting this project or that project. But hold on, before you let your emotions lead you into trouble, before you allow your emotions to lead you into failure, hold on. Count the cost first. Check to see if you have enough. Check to see if you have enough. If you don't have enough, then it's not time to start it yet. Right? So it says in the NLT, it says, otherwise, in verse 29, otherwise you might complete only the foundation before running out of money. And then everyone will laugh at you. Wow. Do you know how many people, they have started on something without making sure that they have enough to complete it? They say, well, I'm just going by faith. What many people call faith is actually foolishness. And in some of our cultures, we've entertained this foolishness, and we've used this kind of foolishness as a way of life, not realizing that we are doing something wrong. So Jesus Christ said here, and we are heeding to his advice, and I hope you're going to heed to his advice. And he's saying, count the cost first before you begin anything. Imagine that you want to do some repairs, maybe in your own house, maybe on some property or something. And so you begin trying to do the repair. You call the repair people, come and start work. Start what? No. You cannot just call them to start work. You have to find out, give me an estimate. How much would this cost? If they tell you it's going to cost $10,000, then look into your own budget. Look into your own bank account. How much do you have? Do you have 10,000? You don't have 10,000? Do you have a means of getting 10,000? You don't have a means of getting 10,000? And when I say means, I'm talking about people you have spoken to and they have actually told you categorically, yes, I will give you this amount. And these are people that you can trust their word because of past dealings with them. So you know their track record and you can count on them. And they have told you that, yes, I will give you enough to make it to that 10,000. Right? So without you having the money, without, reputable, reliable people saying they will give you the money, not that you think they will give you the money, not that you are hoping they will give you the money, but they have told you categorically, and these are people that are trustworthy, that they will give you the money. Without that, then don't start. Count the cost. That's what Jesus Christ was saying here. He says, don't begin. I can imagine how many of you who are watching me right now, there are many things you have begun, and you wonder why things fail in your life. Because there are things you started that you shouldn't have started. You were not supposed to start that yet. You were supposed to wait till you have enough to be able to complete this project. You were not supposed to start it this year. You're supposed to wait till 5 years' time when you have gathered enough, right? What you're supposed to do this year is to count the cost, is to know how much it will cost you so that then you'll be prepared to take on the project and to complete it. That's what Jesus Christ was saying. Now, in the case of Jesus, he was talking about the construction. He was talking about, a tower. It could be a building, right? Before you start constructing it. And I also mentioned it could be something you want to fix. For me personally, right? If I'm going to fix anything, it could be a car. It could be something that breaks in the house. I don't just tell people to start working. No, it's not a practice of mine in any way, in any form, in any shape. I'm going to ask for an estimate first. I'm going to see if I have enough to do it. If I don't have enough, then I will delay until I have enough. When I have enough, then I can go ahead and embark on the project. But do you know there are some people, they don't get enough. They start the project, they start fixing something, and then now the person is calling them, when are you going to pay me? Well, when are we going to continue fixing it for you? Well, you know what, I'm just going to leave it half done. Can you imagine? You're fixing your car and it's half fixed. You're fixing something in your house and it's half fixed. That's how some people live their life. And so they fail over and over by them not counting the costs. I want to encourage you that you begin to count the costs. It could be a business you're trying to start. You need to find out everything about that business. Well, it's not just about selling a product. What about marketing? What about staff that I need to pay? Maybe a restaurant, for example. What about paying the staff? What about the chef? What about, literally find out everything it entails. And if you're in New York City, for example, there are some things you need to get from the government. Department of Health, Department of Buildings, and all kinds of different departments that needs to make sure that everything is correct. So you don't just go on an assumption. In doing this, you need to count the cost. You need to count the cost. Now, for some people, it's an opportunity that's presented unto them, right? And they never counted the cost. Somebody says, okay, come and do this, come and do that. There's an opportunity here for you. Wait, before we rush and go there, what are all the information that we need? What are the facts about this thing? Now, from what I've said so far, I want you to know something. One thing should be standing out to you, and that is this. Get all the information. Get all the facts so that you will make the right decisions. Don't just jump at anything without getting all the information and without getting all the facts. I remember someone who's a member of my church who said an opportunity was presented unto her to run for an office, elected office, politics. And the people who presented the opportunity, they said, please run. Because we believe in you, you're very good, and we believe in you and stuff. So she told me, she said, Pastor, I counted the cost. I wanted to know what it will entail. And so when she counted the cost, she realized that this will stop her from going to church, this will stop her from doing this will stop her from doing that. And so she said, you know what? This is not for now. Maybe it's for a future day, but not for now. Because what it will cost me, the sacrifices I will have to make, they are not the kind of sacrifices that I want to make at this time of my life. Do you see what counting the cost helps you to do? It helps you to make better decisions. Very important. Maybe somebody presents an immigration opportunity to you. They say, yes, there's an opportunity to come to America. Well, count the cost. Find out all the details. Don't just jump. Say, okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? How much? And you start, no, hold on. Get all the information. Because, yes, there could be scammers. Get all the information. Confirm things. Know whether this is genuine or not, right? And even if it's a genuine opportunity to come to America, then ask the question, where are we going? Where are we going to stay? Ask all the right questions. You don't move to America and then become homeless in America because you never asked the question. You thought, well, I just want to jackpot. I just want to get out. No, hold on. Ask information. Ask for information. Get all the facts so that you'll be making the right decision. Get all the information. It could be a financial opportunity that was presented onto you. They said, well, this business, if you do it, you'll make money. And so the people are trying to recruit you. They're talking numbers. They're talking money to you. They're talking about how they got this check, they got that check, they got that check. And you're like, wow, you got all that money? I'm going to join too. Hold on. Ask for information. Get all the facts. Okay, so you're telling me you've been getting all these checks and they're real. Maybe you confirm me that it was real checks they're getting. But the question is, okay, so what did you do exactly? How many meetings do you have to go? How many hours do you put into this? How many people do you have to recruit? Now, you know, they have what they call the multi-level marketing businesses. Now, I'm not knocking that because it works for some people. It's not for everybody. And so when they're telling you all the money they got, you need to ask questions so that you know whether this is also for you or not. You know, your best friend who is a very extroverted person, who is very jovial, who can talk to strangers anyhow on the street, has recruited like 50 people into this business, and she's making good money. And then now tells you, come and join the business, and then start telling you all the checks that she has received, all the positions she's gotten. And then you say, oh my God, you mean you got all this money from this thing? I want to join it too. And so you go join it without getting all the information. And they say, well, you have to put an initial investment of $500. And so you put that $500 into that business. You didn't get information. You were just looking at the check. And then you joined and they said, well, you have to come to this meeting. So you went to the meeting and they said, well, you need to recruit 25 people this week. And you're saying, but I don't like to talk to people. I don't talk to strangers. How am I going to recruit anybody? You didn't tell me that I'm supposed to get 25 people in order to be able to join this thing or in order to be able to make all this money you're making. And so you have wasted your $500. Because you never got information. You always rush into stuff because it looks appealing. Can I tell you a secret? Listen to me. When people want to get you to join anything, they don't give you all the information. They give you enough information to get you excited to join. Rarely do you find people who will tell you, let me tell you something. I'm doing this business. And the reason why I'm able to succeed at it is because I'm an extrovert. I can talk to strangers and I have to recruit 25 people every week, and I do. And I'm good at it. You too can try it if you feel like you want to stop being an introvert. You too can try it if you feel like you want to start being the way I am. Most people won't talk to you like that because they're trying to recruit you anyway. So they will just tell you enough to get you excited. So you go pay $500 and then and you have nothing to show for it. Do you know? So here's the secret I want to show you. Never put your life in the hands of the salespeople. Salespeople will tell you anything to get you excited. Always ask for more information. Always do your own due diligence to get the information. You know, I remember a real estate person wanted to sell a house in a particular part of town here in Queens, New York. If this real estate takes the client through the main road, the client will see that it's a bad neighborhood. If this real estate agent takes them during the day, the client will see that this is a bad neighborhood. So this real estate agent who wants to sell this building makes sure they go through the back road and at night. So the client is thinking, wow, this is a quiet neighborhood. Buys the building for them now to move in and discover that, oh my God, this is a very terrible neighborhood. Well, they never do their own due diligence because they never came around the neighborhood to see the building they're trying to buy, to get all the information. So now they've made a bad decision. They have children that they don't want to see those children grow up in a very bad neighborhood like that because they didn't do their own due diligence. What I'm saying to you is this: in every decision making, in every project, in everything that you're trying to do, get all the facts, get all the information. Never leave it into their own hands. Can you imagine a friend of yours say, oh, we were friends from high school, we were friends from elementary school, we were friends from primary school, come, move to my state, move to my state, move to my state. And so you left where you are. Maybe at least you have an apartment, a consistent apartment, and you uprooted yourself. You got rid of your apartment, you quit your job because somebody's telling you, come to another state, come to another state. And then you got there to find out what they never told you. They told you the good part, but they never told you the bad part. And then you got there and you're saying, my friend, what happened? Look at all this other stuff that's going on here. And then they say to you like, oh yeah, that's what we've been dealing with. How come you never told me that you were dealing with other things? All you told me was that move here, move here, move here. You never told me that there was something bad about here. At least if you have told me, I would have decided like based on the full information that I have. But can I advise you today? Never leave the information in their hands. Never assume that they are telling you everything. It is you who will do your own due diligence because it has to do with your own life. You're about to make a decision that will affect your own life. So you make that decision, and so you got to make sure that you're making the right decision by counting the cost, getting all the information, getting all the facts, getting all the estimates, knowing what you are really truly getting into before you go in. Is that making sense to you? Some people have made business deals. They never counted the cost and they fail as a result. They've made business moves. They never got the facts and got all the information, and now they have failed. You see, in anything that you're doing in life, it's very important that you count the cost. So you want to get into this relationship with this man, with this woman, you need to ask yourself, is this the right man? Is this the right woman? Like, will they cause my life to go down? Or would they cause my life to go higher and up? Would they add value to me as I add value to them? Or really, what's going to be the effect of my involvement with this person? Do you know that some people, they never counted the cost? They may say, oh, but I'm attracted to him. It's not just attraction. You need to also find out. So I get involved with him. How does this affect my life? Does it affect my life in a good way or in a bad way? And how does my presence in their life affect their own life too? Is it in a good way or is it in a bad way? So as you can see, this issue of counting the cost applies to everything, every area of life. You also want to be asking, for the estimate. You want to be asking for what it entails and what it involves to know whether you are capable for this at this moment of your life or not. How much is it? Do you have that money? Well, if you don't have it, then maybe it's not time now. Maybe it's time for you to just gather the money, save the money until you're ready, right? So, how much time will be involved in this? So, you're asking me to get involved in something, but how much time will I need to devote to this? Do I even have that much time to devote into this? What are the sacrifices this is going to involve? In other words, what will it cost me? Some things that somebody is telling you to get into is going to cost you some family time. It may destroy your marriage because what they're asking of you, what they're demanding of you will take you away from your home a lot. and then your spouse may just disappear, right? You need to ask questions. You want to ask questions. This can cause your family to tear apart. So they are saying, well, move to America, move to America, move to America. Question: why don't you find out everything about America? Why don't you find out where are we going to stay, what job, and who is even promising the job? Do they own the company, or is it just a friend of yours who's just telling you come to America? They don't have the position or the power to give you a job, but they're making you believe that they can give you a job. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to ask questions, you have to get the facts so that you are counting the cost and you are ready to succeed. I don't want to make this video too long, but quickly, let me say this. Counting the cost will require you asking questions. Counting the cost sometimes will require you getting the statistics. What are the statistics? What are the percentages? What are the, you want to get the numbers. You want to know what you're dealing with. Counting the cost would require you doing your own due diligence and researching. Not just what they told you, but what you also go and find out. Do you know that anybody will tell you anything to get you to buy anything from them, to get you to do anything with them, to get you to go anywhere with them? You are the one now who is supposed, because this is your life. It's not their life. It's your life. You are the one who's supposed to do the due diligence to find out if what they are telling you is correct before you go do it. I know people have uprooted themselves. They quit their job, give up their apartment to go somewhere because somebody promised them something, for them to find out it was not true. It was not true. I remember a lady in Nigeria who spoke to me and said, I uprooted my life because somebody said, okay, they will take me to another country and I'll work there and I'll make good money there. And it was not true. It was not true. She had to come back home. She left Nigeria to go to another country. She had to go back to Nigeria. But when she went back to Nigeria, she's lost everything. She sold everything because she thought there's a better life that she's going to. Some of you, people promise you things. You don't do your own due diligence. They say, come and work here. You better find out. I was talking to somebody yesterday and who was asking me for an advice. And I said, okay, whoever is promising you that they will give you a job in this country, not America, in another country. I said, does that person have a company? Do they have a real company that have, vacancies there? Like, don't just follow a friend of yours who told you that, well, there's a lot of jobs here. There's a lot of jobs here. Like, you better confirm things. You better confirm things. So you want to get information, right? Do your own research. Sometimes you need some testimonials. Sometimes you need to talk to some other people apart from them, right? Sometimes you need to get some referrals. It will help you to make the right decision. Count the cost. Somebody went and opened a store without even knowing what to do with the store. What kind of foolishness is that? Or somebody else, they know they would like to open this store, they would know they would like to start this business, but they never got all the information, got the estimate of everything it will involve. They just went and paid for a shop for them to realize that they don't even have money to do all the necessary things to get the shop going. So now they're just paying rent for nothing. Rent is being paid, no business is being done. You see, when you count the cost, then it will help you to know what to do. Here are some of the things it can help you to do. Counting the cost can help you to know that this is not for you. Like, you know what? I looked at everything properly. This is not for me. It may be for my friend, but it's not for me. Can I let you know that just because it's for your friend doesn't mean it's for you? Do you know that there are some things that your friend is made for? Like, for example, if a business like the one I told you about, multi-level marketing business, if your friend is an outgoing type, an extrovert, will talk to a stranger, and you're a very shy, very quiet, to get you to talk to one person, it will take many years. And now, but all you heard was the money your friend is making, and you didn't look at all the other aspect of it. You go join to waste your money. Because now they're saying go recruit people, and you refuse to recruit people because that's not your personality. You don't want to talk to no strangers. You are too shy. And so you're trying to do what your friend is doing, not knowing that you don't have the makeup that your friend has in order for you to be able to do what your friend does. Some things are just not for you, period. So when you count the cost, you'll be able to say, this is not for me. In some cases, it may be for you, but this is not right now. Somebody's telling you, hey, there's this opportunity to buy this thing, It's going to cost 25,000. And so you go put 2,000 and you can't find the rest of the money. You go and put 2,000 deposit on an assumption. Oh, my uncle should help me. My brother should help me. My sister should help me. Have you spoken to them? No. So why are you saying they should help you? You went and put 2,000 down, and then now you're trying to raise the rest, and you can't raise the rest. You've lost your 2,000. You can't find the remaining 23,000, and that's the end of it. How many things have you lost that way? Because you wouldn't count the cost. Sometimes, when you count the cost and you realize what it will cost you, and you realize you don't have it, then it may just be not right now. You know, in my 20s, I bought a house, and before I bought that house, I called a realtor and I said, hey, I would like to buy a house. And she told me, she said, hey, you need $25,000. I looked at my bank account. All I had was $1,000. And so I said, okay, now that I've counted the cost and I know what it will cost me, let me raise it. So I started working. I kept on doing my business. I got a client that brought in some good amount of money. Before you know it, I had all the money. And I was able to buy the property. I had to wait. Do you know when you count the cost, it helps you to know some things that you have to wait. Wait till you got the money. And when you get the money, then you can proceed. You don't just go and start building something. And then you are hoping, or some of you fool yourself and you say, I'm believing, I have faith. And this, your faith has always failed you. Because it is foolishness, not faith. Wait till you have the money. Wait till you have everything you need. Count the cost, gather all the information, wait, and then go ahead and embark on it. Right? Sometimes, when you count the cost, you realize that, okay, this is for me, but there's some missing pieces. So let's work on the missing pieces. Because you are truly counting the cost, and you want to succeed. So you work on the missing pieces. And once you have worked on the missing pieces, then you can go ahead. Sometimes in counting the cost, you realize that this type of deal, this type of thing, I need to put some agreement, not verbal, but legal agreement, some contracts. Those who you are dealing with, you need to put some contract together. So you put it together. Sometimes as you are counting the cost, you may realize that I need some more education. So let's hold on. Let's get some more education first so that I'm perfectly or correctly educated to be able to embark on this. Somebody's telling you about some investment, something, and then you just go and rush into it. Hold on. Have you asked questions? If you ask questions, you may find out that, no, I'm not ready for this. I need to be educated properly so that I'll be able to do this thing right. I'm telling you that if you gather some information, it will help you to know how much you need to save so that you'll be able to do what you want to do. Stop jumping into things without asking for information, without gathering all the facts. Don't go on assumptions. Never do things because you thought this, you thought that. Confirm everything you are thinking. Oh, I thought my sister would give me the money. No, you don't go and sign anything without talking to that your sister, and your sister categorically telling you that yes, I will give you the money. And better be sure that that sister is a reliable sister. You don't just do things just because you want to do things. You count the cost, and when you count the cost and you make sure that you have everything, you know, you get the estimate for everything, and you make sure you raise everything before you embark on it. I remember someone who said to me, hey, let me rent a room from you. Years ago, when I had a room to rent, let me rent a room from you, and then, you know, I'll sell some things and then I'll pay you. I said, how about you sell those things first, and then you pay me, and then I'll give you the room. That's the right way. Don't be doing things what you call faith, which is foolishness. Now, there is faith. There is real faith. But there is also foolishness that people call faith. So they go do things out of foolishness, and then they can't complete what they started. People laugh at them, and guess what? You make people laugh at the real faith. The real people of faith. Your foolishness makes people to laugh at everyone. because they think all these faith people. Yours is not faith. Yours is lack of wisdom. Yours is foolishness, because Jesus Christ said, count the cost. So if you count the cost, guess what will happen? You will succeed, because you're already planning properly. You know, okay, if I want to build a 2-story or a 3-story building, it's going to cost me this much. I don't have it yet. So wait, I'm not starting this project. I will not start. Let me work on the money first. Let me secure the money. Once I have the money, then we can start. You don't start something because you are hoping the money will come. No, that's foolishness. Count the cost. You don't do anything because you are hoping this, you are hoping that. Count the cost. You don't do anything because in your own head you are calculating things you have not confirmed. Well, you know what? I'll talk to my pastor. He will give me some money. Well, how about you talk to your pastor first? Oh, I'll talk to my friend. My friend will help me. How about you talk to your friend first? Because you may go to your pastor, and pastor may say, oh, we just finished a project. I don't have the money. Your friend may say, oh my God, too late. I just did this project. Or I have some other expenses. I cannot help you right now. These are the people you are counting on without clarifying, without confirming whether they can actually help you or not. Stop living a life of assumption. Count the cost. If you don't have enough, get enough first. At least by counting the cost and getting the estimate, now you know how much you need so that you can put it together. You know, it's funny that I've asked a few people, you know, and I'll ask them questions like, how much does it cost for this? How much does it cost for that? And it's funny, some people think because I'm asking them, it means I want to do it. I'm just asking you because I love to count the cost. I love to know what is what, so that once I know how much it is, if it's something I want to embark on, then I know to embark on it. Somebody was telling me about a building. Oh, start a school. I think it's a good idea. Start a school in Nigeria. Oh, wonderful. But how much is a school? What do I need? What do I need from the government? What do I need for the building? What do I need? Let me know what I need first. I'm not going to start anything without knowing what I need. So after I've gathered all the information, then I'll say, okay, do I have this amount? Do I have this amount to put into this? If I don't, then am I still interested in this project? Yes, I am. Okay, no problem. So what do? We plan. This will be a 5-year project. Okay, so for the next 5 years, let's start saving money. Until 5 years' time. When I have the full money, then we can start. Count the costs. Get the information. Don't get into anything without gathering all the information. And it doesn't matter who tells you. It could be your bishop, your pastor, that tells you, come and do this, come and do that. Gather the information, especially if it's not them teaching you the word. They're just telling you, oh, I think you should start that business. Don't go for a pastor who is not a businessman and telling you, start that business. Hold on. Go and ask the business people. Go and get all the information, because pastor may just be talking out of emotions and not God giving him direction, but out of emotion. Oh, don't get it twisted. It's not everything pastors say that is an instruction from God. So you need to decipher which one is which. So, you know, pastors say, hey, why don't you start that business, sister such and such? Hey, go and find out more about that business. You may realize that you are not made for that business, even though some people around you think so. But you gathered all the information and you realize that, okay, even if you have made for it, it's not now. You see? Don't let others lead you astray. Gather all the information, count the cost, and see where you stand. And if you do this, it will help you to avoid a lot of mistakes. People will not be ridiculing you. People will not be laughing at you, like Jesus said, and you'll be able to succeed. I hope you have gotten something from this video today. If you're watching me on Facebook, please go ahead and like my page. If you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. I want you to comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If this has been helpful to you, please also share this with others so that they may benefit from it. All right. And want to remind you that I'm a coach, and I coach in the area of business, in the area of personal development. I do corporate coaching as well. And so if you need me to to be a coach to you in any way, you can go to my website, www.femiakojenu.com. If you want me to speak at your event, you can also go to my website and request that I come and speak at your event. I want to thank you for watching this video. Remember this, in anything you want to do, I don't care what it is, count the cost. Thank you for watching.